whenever I stay at a White Lotus, I always have a memorable time. Always.
Welcome to the White Lotus in Sicily.
Okay, let's go. This has to be so fast. Well, my first question is pretty obvious, but how amazing is being back, especially because both of your characters are the connection between both seasons.
Yeah.
I know. We're like the trailer hitch.
Yeah. We were lucky. We heard that Mike just pulled it, he took a bunch of names and put them in a hat and just reached in and decided.
Then we pull our names.
Yeah, pulled our names.
Oh man. For me it's like a dream project. It's just the best script I've ever read. I binge read all of the scripts. I've never binge read anything. I guess I binge read Harry Potter when I was a kid, but since then this was the next. And then
wow, best thing since Harry Potter.
you can quote me on that.
That's saying something.
Wow. It's just like, yeah, it was just a dream location, a dream cast, yeah, just a dream in general for me. And now that it's over, it feels like a dream. I'm like, did that ever happen?
Oh, yeah.
It did. Just like dreams. You agree?
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, come on, it's the White Lotus.
Mhm.
I got to be in the second season.
I know.
That's so cool.
I still feel so fortunate.
It's so cool. Yeah. I honestly, yeah, I just think it's cool.
Yeah, pinch me. I'm dreaming.
Yeah, oh my God. No, it's great. It's like so cool.
Well, I guess you were fans from the previous one, right?
Not initially. When I first watched the first episode, I wasn't in the right headspace for it, so I felt so weirded out by it, and the vibe, it just had this like eerie undertone, and I was like, I need to watch this later. So when I got the audition, I was like, oh, this is perfect to get back into the show. And then I binge watched the rest of the season. I haven't binge watched anything since the Harry Potter movies. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
How amazing was having the chance to explore them a little bit deeper. I mean, what can we expect about them?
Well, I can only say that whatever you think you will expect, you will never understand. You won't expect the unexpected. How about that? Is that good? But no, it's amazing to come back and play these relationships, even though it's in real time, or time has passed and things have evolved, and it has a new dynamic.
Oh no, I was just very excited because the cool thing was that when Mike said, Tanya was coming back, he's like, Jennifer, Tanya's over her grief at this point. She's sort of, that was sort of, she's been able to put so much behind her now. And so it was sort of very exciting to sort of play a whole new thing, which is really being in love with somebody. Of course, maybe my expectations are, Tanya's expectations are too high, but she truly is excited about her future with someone who is sort of mysterious and go ahead, Jon.
And deeply attracted to her.
I don't think so. I don't think he was attracted to me.
I think Greg has a different view of attraction. He doesn't, maybe he's not singly focused in his attraction, but he's attracted.
I mean, just because his cough is gone doesn't mean that it's going to be
he's strutting his stuff. No.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a barrel of fun. And there's some people, sometimes you're in a relationship with someone and you realize that you think they love you, but some people kind of take pride on raining on your parade. And there's some people that really are thrown off by someone else's joy. And they have to squelch it.
That's
I'm
true.
talking about Jon Gries, the actor. Oh.
Love it. Love it. Okay, no, that was so interesting, and I totally agree with you, I think. Now I want to ask you about how different is this second season of the whole compared to the first one? What's different about it?
Gosh, I mean, so many things in the sense that the style is obviously relatively the same, but the I guess it's this one is so much more focused on like the universality of relationships, because there's a myriad of relationships in this episode, and how complex relationships can be, and
Yeah. And mysterious, like, you know, those shots in White Lotus 1 from the sea, it just, you know, you feel like something sinister. You're looking at the hotel and the waves are crashing and you have that eerie music. And when you get to White Lotus 2, it's sort of, it's Mike White explaining way more of the mysterious dark side of something. And that carries through, and it's I mean, we all think, you know, we all think that things are, you know, I always think you can have this sort of ego and think, oh, someone really likes me, you know, and because you sometimes, some people like themselves too much and you just assume everyone else likes you. And then there are a lot of people that like you, well, that,
for all the wrong reasons.
yeah, for all the wrong reasons. And it's hard to convince someone of that.
That's very specific. I love that.
This is a lot more magical.
This is very similar to Sorcerer's Stone. No, what? Yes, season 2 is different. It's the same world. It's the same tone, right? It's Mike. It's the White Lotus Resort, but different people. We know these things. I'm saying things we all know. But it is. I think it's a lot more convoluted. That's the word. Like, yeah, I think it's a lot darker. It's a bit more fucked up, I think, but I think it's a lot more convoluted. Like, there's a lot more moments, I feel, where, what did we say it was? Something irony?
Dramatic irony.
Dramatic irony, where the audience knows something, but a character doesn't, is so in the dark about it. And it's like a really fucked up thing. Like,
a character knows something that the other characters don't know that they know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like interconnected things. Everyone's having sex except me.
but it's still familiar to audiences. From the first season.
Oh yeah, like, same tone.
Jennifer
same
and
world.
Jon are back. Same tone. The theme song is familiar but different. It's just bigger, badder,
sexier.
Yeah, it's more epic story, bigger cast, bigger. You know, we leave the hotel, we go to these amazing, you know, day trips, locations, which is, you know, it's just more expansive, and there's
expansive, great word,
expansive and expensive. I actually don't know about that, but there's an extra episode. They needed 7 episodes to tell this story. I think the first season was 6, so one better.
Okay, well, your characters are the most normal, common guys in the whole show, I think. I only watched the first 4 episodes, but I think that's true. So how do they fit in this bubble of rich, corrupt people?
Yeah, it's interesting that you said they're most like normal. When I was describing Albie to Alex, the costumer, I was like, he's normcore, like hardcore normal. And I think we were saying, I think they kind of act as audience surrogates at times. Just the way that they respond to certain situations or kind of clock moments is maybe similar to how the audience is doing it. You know, a character, maybe like my grandfather, Bert Murray, will say something a bit out of pocket, and I'll be just like shake his head. And I assume a lot of the audience will be kind of shaking their dang heads at home too.
Shaking their dang head.
Yeah,
that's cute. My dang head. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think that Portia is. I think she's pretty corrupt. I think she's so lost. I think there's
that's normal nowadays. To be lost like
that's
that.
Sad. That's dark.
Yeah. She's like always scrolling on her phone, you know.
She's I don't know. I do like in this show just the way Mike writes and with these characters, like kind of a lot of the things that you expect these people to be or the journeys they're going to go on, they have all these unexpected twists and turns and things that they say, priorities that you find out like that are important to them. Like it's just there's a lot that unravels. And I definitely felt Portia unraveling. Yeah, so I find that really interesting. I don't think there's any like kind of expected or like there's no real grounded character, I feel.
I think a lot of the audiences will be able to relate to Portia.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my God, then the world is messed up.
She's frustrated with apps and her phone and taking the same picture everyone's been taking. Remember that scene and stuff? Like, I think that's super relatable and especially
so relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I guess I agree.
She's kind of got this wry, like e-girl.
That's the thing about this show is that you either hate the characters or you feel like really judged by seeing these characters because they're their reflection, of like some dark side of you that you got to deal with. So hopefully people watch the show and then they actually deal with those things and don't just be like, oh yeah, I'm not like that person at all.
And then don't just hate me.
Don't just hate me.
Yeah.
Don't hate me.
I totally agree with you guys. They are telling me that it's a wrap, but I love your mood and I love to ask you a lot of things. So congratulations for the show. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Italy's just so romantic. You're gonna die. They're gonna have to drag you out of here.